everyone, welcome back to Tech Power VLSI. In this video, let's understand how to use Vivado tool for simulation. After installation of a Vivado tool, you can see the icon in the desktop, or you need to go to this path.
Now you can go to the directory where you have installed. Then find Xilinx directory in that. If you go inside the Xilinx directory, you can find the version number, and inside that Vivado, then bin, and under that you can find again a Vivado with a bash file it is. If you double click on that, the GUI will open. You can see start GUI. So it will open the tool now. You can start creating your project and you can simulate the things. See here AMD Vivado 2025.1 version, that is ML version. Just you can click on create project and proceed the steps required to create the project.
Let us do that. So click on create project here. We have a quick start button here to create the project. Then you can click on next. Now it is asking for a project name. You can just give the project name here and you can choose any project location you want, and next. And here it will be asking for creating an RTL project or post synthesis project, IO planning project, imported project, some example project like that. Select RTL project. See here you will be able to add sources in the sense Verilog RTL code, also a Testbench code can be added, okay, and we can create a block design as well using IPs available in the tool. We can generate the IP, run RTL analysis, synthesis, implementation, design planning, analysis, everything we can do for a RTL project. What are all the things we can require, we can do by selecting this, okay. Don't specify the sources at this time. If you click, you will be not getting the next option to enter the source related things. So let these two be unchecked. Let me click on next. Now it is asking for adding the sources, okay. Here adding the sources in the sense you need to add the source code here. So to add the source code, click on create file if you want to create it new, or if you are already available, means in your system or in your local files are already available, then you can click on add files. It will ask you to browse to that particular file, okay. Then click on create file. Here you need to choose what is the file type you are using. Means I am writing in Verilog, so I am selecting Verilog. Let me give the file name as, let's say, half adder, and okay. So you can see here this is half adder we created. This is library, synthesis and simulation we can do. It is a local project, and then click on next. And here we can add constraints if you want. In RTL Design we have some constraints to be added for timing constraints, clock constraints, reset constraints and all. So this is not required for us. You can click on next. So here we need to choose the FPGA or the part number what we have. Suppose let's say if you are doing a FPGA design, you are specifically targeting that to a particular FPGA, okay. There are different FPGAs available here if you see. So these are the part numbers of them. You can choose any one out of these for the example design for the project what we are doing. If you want any particular thing to be selected, carefully you need to select by looking at the part number and available IOs, LUTs, flip-flops. All these are the informations which present inside a FPGA, okay. So looking at that, you need to choose a particular one when you are doing the FPGA project, okay. So here it will show which is the one it is selected. Now by default part, whichever in the tool it is default, that will be selected. And we have not added any constraint. We have added only one source file. Then finish. Now it will be creating the project. It is initializing the project now. Now it will open an editor, okay. So now it is asking for definition of a module. In any Verilog code, we start with writing ports definition, right? So that is what it is asking for here. So module name we can change. File name which I have given previously as half adder. Now it is asking for the module name. Let the module name be half adder. Now here I can give port names. My design is half adder. Just I am giving the port as A, and this will be an input port. If it is a vector, you can select here. Checking this box means enabling it as a bus, and MSB to LSB we can write. Means if you want to make it as a vector, we can write it as MSP 3 down to 0 for a 4-bit A. Like that we can do. Then I need one more port, that is B, let it be input. You can make it as output or in-out as well. Okay, A, B are my inputs and I need some as my output port. Let me change this to out. And then I need carry is my output, so I will be selecting this as out. Okay, then click on next. So here it is getting updated. Here it will show what is your source file and the name of that. half-adder.v is my file name, right? Now yeah, I think it is done with initialization. Now if you double click on this, it will take you to the editor. This is your project summary. It will show what are all the things you have selected for your project. Now this is my editor code editor. Okay, here we'll be having what are all the things required as a comment. First we can add these if you want. Then it is also provided a time scale, means whenever we are using some delays, those delays will be taken in terms of nanoseconds. And if you are using a decimal number, let's say 10.5 nanoseconds like that, so the precision will be in picoseconds. Okay, you can go let's say a 3-bit ahead if you were 10.545 something like that. Okay, that is in picoseconds. So unit is nanoseconds. So these are the information you can provide to any other reader. Now because of we added the ports already, it is showing input A, input B, output sum and output carry. Okay, next we can come down here, and here I need to write my logic. So for this half adder, I can write assign sum is equal to, see by the time I write this code, it is showing some lines with underline. Let's say this end module having some error now. Why? Because I have not completed the code. That's why it is showing like, if this is my code, I have an error here. If you just go on that end module, it is showing like syntax error near end module. Verilog 2020 keyword end module used in incorrect context. Means this line has to be ended, right? I have not ended this line. So suppose if I put something like A and then semicolon, this will automatically go. It means it is self-checking the errors for syntaxes. If there is any syntax error, you will be getting error like this. And also at the right corner, if you observe, there is a red mark here. This red mark indicating there is an error with this code. Okay, if there is a correct syntax if you have used, then it will be in green mark. You can see at the right side here. Okay, so for sum I need A XOR with B. Okay, similarly assign carry is needed here. Carry will be taken in terms of A and B. Right, this is a simple half-adder code. It doesn't have any errors. Okay, now I can save this. Click on just save. It will save to your project location. Now you can see under design sources, I have this half-adder.v file. Okay, now to simulate this, you can directly click on this simulation, and you need to force the values to AB so that you can see sum and carry. So let us try that. You can click on run simulation by selecting this half-adder code, then run behavioral simulation. These are the compilation steps before the simulation. Now it will enter into simulation step. Okay, so now we can observe there is a waveform window appeared for us. So basically A, B are Z and sum and carry are X here. Now to add any value, this is my input A, right? You can right click on that and force constant. I need to assign some value. So I am assigning some constant value here. Let me change this to binary. Let me force the value 0. Okay, and no need of this offset value and all. Just click on OK. Similarly, B I need to add. This is for adding a clock. Let me force constant and again 0. Okay, now I have added 0 0. This value have not appeared in the waveform now. Okay, still it is having some default values. Now to run this with this value, I need to click over here. You can see run for next 10 nanoseconds. So you can click here to run for 10 nanoseconds, right? It will run for 10 nanoseconds with the value 0 0. For sum I am getting 0, carry I am getting 0. If you want to change a value, again go to A, force constant, change this to binary. If you want to force the value as 1, force 1. B is already 0, let it be 0. Again run for 10 nanosecond. If you click here, it will zoom fit. You can see the next set of values after this time. So here I change the value of A to 1, B is 0. So I'm getting sum is 1, carry is 0. Right? Now again, let me try with one more value. Let me give the value of this as 1 again. Let me give 1, 1. B is 1, A is 1 now. With this value, I am running again for 10 more time minute. Fit this. Here is my new values. For 1, 1, I am getting carry 1 and sum is 0. Okay. This is a pointer where it is showing the exact value of this simulation time. Here, if you click here, it will show the values over here. And here is the change happened at this 11 nanoseconds. And from here onwards, it is the next set of value. Here it is next set of value. Okay. This is the way we can run the code by providing the values manually. For this half adder, we can write a Testbench code so that through that we will be providing the different values of AB. So to do that, again go back to sources here, okay, and then click on plus. So this is for adding the source. Here previously we have added a design source, okay. Now we can add a simulation source. Select simulation source for the Testbench, then again click on next. Now it is asking for adding the file or creating the file. Again give the file name. Let me give it as half adder TB. Okay. Okay. Then finish. Again it will asking for the port names. No ports are required in the Testbench. Just click on OK. So module definition has not been changed. Okay. So now you will be getting one more file here that will come under simulation sources. Okay. You can see here under simulation sources we have half adder underscore TB. So if you click on this, it will take you to the one more editor. Here we need to add the Testbench related things. So in the Testbench, to connect this half adder, I require two variables for input, two variables for output. So let me have register. So reg input 1. Let me have register input 2. And for output, we need to have a wire. Wire, let me have out underscore sum. Okay. And then wire out underscore carry. These are my input and output related variables I require to connect into the DUT. Now I need to instantiate this DUT, right? Let me take the same name as half underscore adder. So here I need to put half underscore adder. Let me provide the instance name as DUT, design under test. Inside the braces, I need to connect them. How to connect? What is the rule for connection? Here we need to take the name, port name as A, and here let me call that as dot A, and for A I am connecting that to input 1 in my Testbench, comma B dot B should be connected to input 2 of my Testbench. Similarly, comma dot output sum out underscore, sorry, we are not supposed to use out underscore sum here. In my design, the output variable is sum. Let me confirm that it is sum and carry, right? So sum should be connected to out underscore sum here in the Testbench, then comma dot carry should be connected to out underscore carry. You can use the same name if you want a easy way, or if you want to connect it carefully through the inputs, different values, variables like this, you can use. This is my instantiation. Okay, I have instantiated the DUT here. This is the comment you can add like this. Anyhow, that will not execute because of it is a comment. Okay, if you use double slash, that become a comment. Now after this, I need to provide the inputs through initial, begin, and then end. Okay, so here in between initial, begin, end, I need to provide the values. Let me provide in1 as 0 first. At the same time, in2 will be 0. 0, 0 is my first set of value. Then before providing the next set of value, I need to provide delay, right? So here also in the previous simulation, we have seen from here to here, we will be having one set of values. right? After here to here, we will be having another set of values. From here onwards, we will be providing one more set of value. So let us assume from here to here, we will be having 10 nanoseconds. And from here to here, we have another 10 nanoseconds. So third value will be stay for another 10 nanoseconds, right? So that is what I am providing here. Let me give it as 10, and IN0 will be equal to 0, and IN2, let me make it as 1. 0, 1 is the case here. There is some error here. Why it is showing error? There is IN1 and IN2. Okay, I am using IN0 mistakenly. So this should be IN1. Correct? Yeah. Now I can just copy this for making the thing simple. I will make it as 1 and 0. Next combination of values. And this will be 1, 1. So now I have provided all the different cases of my inputs. Okay, I have 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. This is my test bench for the half adder. Now I need to save this code again. And you can observe here, previously, before saving this code, DUT will be having this symbol. Something like triangle symbol is there, right? This indicates which will be our top module. This test bench is the top module now. Internally, we will be adding the DUT. Okay. So after, suppose if it doesn't come automatically, we need to right click and refresh hierarchy we are supposed to provide. Then the hierarchy will be automatically set it. So test bench top will be the top module. Under that we will be having half adder module. Okay. Now we need to select this TB. Then click on run simulation. Run behavioral simulation. The process cannot access the file because it is being used by another. Okay. Let me close this. And also let me close the previous simulation what we are running. Closing the previous simulation. And now selecting this TB. Then click on run simulation. Let us launch the waveform again. Yeah. Now for the values what we have provided, we got the results. Okay. Here is my zoomer. I can zoom it. Now we are supposed to get 4 values. Initially from 0 to 10 nanoseconds. Yeah, up to here, you can observe here it is showing 10 nanoseconds. We will be having 0, 0. I am getting some 0 carry 0. Here for 0, 1, we are getting 1, 0. And for 1, 0 again, we are getting some 1 carry 0. And here for 1, 1, we are getting some 0 carry 1, right? So my DUT is working fine now. So this code is running till the maximum simulation time of the simulator. It is running 1000 nanoseconds. Okay. So to limit that, we can have a finish over here. Let me add #10. After that, let me call finish in simulation. Okay. It just run for this much of time and then it will stop here. Okay. Let me run this again. Okay, now you can observe up to 10 time minute we have first set of value, second set of value, third set of value. So we are stopping the simulation at 40 nanoseconds. That is what the complete waveform we are looking at, right? This is about the usage of Vivado. Here I am using Vivado 2025.1. You can download it directly from the AMD website by providing your basic details.
Thank you.